The big banks are abandoning Australia, shutting down hundreds of branches. But there's a solution, and we're closer than ever to making it real. I'm Robert Barwick of the Citizens Party. Today, I'm asking you to sign a petition calling for the creation of a postal bank that would protect access to cash, solve the problem of bank branches closing, and supply massive investment credit for the nation. In late 2020, the Citizens Party launched a national campaign for a publicly owned postal bank. It began right after we defeated the dangerous cash ban, proving that when everyday Australians mobilise, we can beat the big banks. Then came COVID. The global supply chain collapsed, exposing how vulnerable we are as a country. We knew Australia needed to rebuild, and to do that, we'd need a public bank to drive national investment. That's when the idea of a postal bank took centre stage. A Labor Party think tank published a report promoting the idea, borrowing from our work. And when Christine Holgate was forced out as CEO of Australia Post, we discovered that her interest in creating a postal bank was part of what got her pushed out. We began talking with the licensed post office group. We reached out to post offices, unions, community groups, and with their help, we built a nationwide movement in support of the idea of a postal bank. At the time, bank closures in rural Australia were accelerating. Entire towns were being left without banking services, and people were furious. In early 2023, Senator Gerard Rennick introduced our call for a Senate inquiry, and it passed unanimously. Over 15 months, the inquiry held 13 public hearings across the country. The Citizens Party showed up to every one. The banks were grilled. Their lies were exposed, and in some cases, like Westpac, they actually reversed closures because of the pressure we created. Then in May 2024, a historic breakthrough, the Senate issued its report. Recommendation number 2 from that report: the government should establish an expert panel to investigate a public bank, including a postal bank. We got a public postal bank on the national agenda. But the fight's not over. The banks are lobbying hard behind the scenes. And so far, politicians are dragging their feet, afraid of going to war with the financial giants. That's why we need you right now. Please sign the petition and add your voice to the call for a public postal bank to protect access to cash, solve the problem of bank branches closing, and supply massive investment credit for the nation. A postal bank is the only realistic way of providing sufficient competition to the big four banks to restore a healthy respect for bank customers. If you agree bank directors, quote, should understand that their responsibilities to the community go beyond their obvious responsibility to shareholders, end quote, then this is your moment. It's urgent that we intensify the pressure on the politicians. We've come so far and we are so close. Let's pile on the blows thick and fast while the iron is hot. Please sign the petition today.
Authorised by Craig Isherwood, Citizens Party, Melbourne.